So today we're going to do our final addition to this piece and add a little alien pilot inside of our UFO. I'm going to switch over to the one we had last week, which is empty here. And I need a layer that will go over the back of the ship. So I need to make sure that I highlight my ship layer and then add a new one so that it will automatically pop above my ship layer. And I'm going to call this alien. Whoops. Alien.
So but you're underneath your glass fill.
Yeah.
All right. I could do that. Let me make us. Oh, there we go. Now we can both fit on the same. Or less. So I'm going to be inside my UFO. Oh, got it. Ship body cut out. Glow lights fill. I want to be above the lights and everything, don't I?
The lights won't matter because the alien won't go down that far.
Oh,
Our aliens are going to go just pretty much inside our glass outline there. So just as long as it'll go over the back of the UFO, it'll be fine.
So you must have smooshed your ship down and I didn't. So I do want to get up above the cutout.
Oh, okay. Yep, that would be good.
That ought to do it. All right.
Then we're going to select our drawing tool and change the brush to our symmetry brush. And just to start off with, I'm going to pick a color that's very easy to see. So I'm going to get a bright green.
So you want it to show up over.
Yeah, against all these colors in here. So I wouldn't want pink or purple or blue. I need something like yellow or red. Maybe yellow will be better. I'll pick yellow. Just something I can really easily. I've got my symmetry brush, and if I hold down Control or maybe Command on a Mac, I will get this crosshair, and that's going to show me where the center point is, and I'm going to pick where I want the center of my alien's face to be, and then touch my tablet, and I should get a little anchor point like so.
Okay. And then do you let go? Yes.
Yes.
All right.
So then I'm going to go ahead and start the outline of what my alien to look like. And of course, our symmetry brush will do exactly the same thing on the other side. So I only have to concentrate on one side. And you can make whatever kind of silhouette you want for your alien. We're just going to do the body, no arms, something like that. If you don't like it, of course, Control Z, you can try again. You can do a classic kind of Roswell alien shape.
Okay, I have a problem because I took my little ship and I twisted it all around so it's no longer straight.
Oh, your ship is tilted?
Yeah.
That's fine. You can go to your little navigation window and there's a slider that will tilt your canvas. So you can just straighten it up right there.
Oh, the slider. Oh, look at that. So I straightened it up, but that left my little X's now no longer straight. So it still isn't going to want to do the right thing inside.
Really? Let me see.
Well, maybe I just need to make a new X thing.
It could be that you need to make a new X. It might be that it remains tilted. Because mine, oh yeah, mine doesn't react either. Okay, well, I thought that was a good idea, but it's not. That's all right. What we can do then is
Boy, I did something wrong here. I'm gonna first close this without saving because
yep, save your earlier version.
Close. Do I want to save that? No. So now I open it again. So I probably ought to take my UFO and you put the ship together. I know, I can take my UFO and turn it.
Yes, you can either take your UFO or turn it, or actually we're only going to be drawing inside the glass. So if you only want to rotate your glass lines to vertical.
Well, I don't want to mess too much with my...
But if you don't want to mess up your ship, yeah, I mean, you could just turn this layer and then draw inside it and then turn it back, but whatever seems to make the most
I think I'll do the same. Okay, now I've got my thing vertical and I hit enter and now I can. Now it's got this little dot on it, but the dot is not where I want it. So how do I get rid of the dot?
Just hold down Control and then you can set a new one anywhere you want.
Oh, okay, good. It says no. Oh, that's because I'm on a folder. So I want to
go back to your alien layer.
Which I haven't got anymore, but I'll recreate my alien layer there. And then I'll Control tap. And then I'll make that little head thing.
Yeah.
Finally. Okay.
And you can go to anywhere on your drawing if you want to add little fingers, if you want to add little antennas.
Oh,
your control point is in the same spot, so it will do it correctly on both sides. We're just looking at the silhouette for now, so we'll be filling this in next. No use drawing eyes or mouth or anything because that's going to be on a different layer. It's next.
Okay.
All right, after we've got our shape, we're going to go to our paint bucket. And we want it to only fill in the alien layer, so I'll change it to layer. I want it to close the gap. I want it to expand by 1 pixel. And then I'll go ahead and click and fill in my shape.
So mine has gotten all big and blobby.
It might be the expanse. Yeah.
Yeah, that's no good at all. He expanded right outside the glass.
Oh no.
I think I made mine pretty small. My ship.
Oh, that could be too, yeah.
So I think what I'll do is go back and try again. I'm going to back off and make my ship bigger for this purpose. Back, back, back. Oh, that's good. All right, one more time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, symmetry. And just going to go back to the brush. There we go. Oh. Now you filled them in with all one color.
Yep.
Is that necessary?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So we're going to be locking our pixels next. And so you want all the pixels of your alien filled in.
All right. So I got to expand it at least one to get rid of that line. That worked.
After you've got your silhouette filled in, now we can change it to the color we actually want. You can use your hue slider by pressing Control U, or you can pick one manually from your color picker and fill it in with a paint bucket again.
Okay, so I'm still having trouble with my paint bucket trying to fill in the little parts. It just blobs them all up.
It blobs them. Let me go ahead and see your screen for a moment. Let me stop my share.
All right. So I'll make my screen a little bigger. But here I go, and I've got it set for just a 3.9.
Mm-hmm.
There, it looks great. There we go. Now we're going to get blobbed up like that.
Let's see, do it one more time. We'll do it on that one.
Like that.
Oh, okay. I think that's when you're accidentally clicking your outline and then it's expanding the outline.
So I just have to like get in super close to do those.
Yeah, those kind of little spaces, I find it easier just to do it with the pencil or the pen. And it seems to
get out of that symmetry brush. So I'm going to get rid of this.
And just do it manually. Oh, your brush is too big. Let's Control Z that.
Yeah, you get working in these small spaces. I mean, I can see every pixel.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to stop sharing the screen so that you can continue to
Okay.
teach the class, and I'll keep working on these little guys.
All right, can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Hey, Mikey.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I got some weird settings stuff.
So I think you can see on mine, I'm getting an error that I'm supposed to move away a window, but I don't have any windows open. So I don't know what
You did
Zoom is talking about.
a crossover on it somehow, eh? I missed
That
how you did
is
that.
left over from the glow on the glass. So I was just going to say, if that is making things more complicated, you can just take off all of these glass effects that we did and work on it just in flat color. Now that we have our silhouette all set up, I'm going to hit the protect alpha box. Protect alpha meaning protect our pixels, meaning we're not going to be able to draw outside or add any new pixels. These are the ones we've got to work with. And then I'm going to make a new layer for my alien's face. And again, I'll grab my symmetry brush.
Okay, you first just changed his color a little bit, just using the hue tool, I think.
Yes, get the color you want. You can use the hue tool, or you can manually pick a color in Paint Bucket. But Paint Bucket hasn't been acting very friendly today, so maybe stick with the hue slider.
All right, and then a new layer for protect alpha, and give ourselves a new layer for the face.
Same thing. I'm going to get my symmetry brush and hold down Control and find the center of the face, or where I want the center of the face. And then I can go ahead and pick a different color for the eyes and make whatever kind of eyes I want, make multiple eyes. This being an alien, it doesn't conform to human anatomy, so you can do a lot of different stuff there. When you draw the mouth, you can start at the corner of the mouth and then come to the center. I find that easier than trying to find the center and go outwards. But even if you're adding shines to the eyes, you can do that on one side and it'll automatically apply to the other. Even if you just want one central eye, like a cyclops, you can do that. You just can't put the shine on because it'll double it, obviously. But you can definitely have one big eye in the middle.
Now where did you put your dot is in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
How about when you were doing two eyes?
When I was doing two eyes, I just have to make sure I'm in this corner section. And then I can draw two eyes.
And you have to be inside that corner, eh?
Yeah, somewhere inside that corner. I mean, I can have it lower in the lower corner if I wanted to. I could put the eyes down here.
Okay.
But we're really looking at the center line as like a mirror. So if I try to draw two eyes and I start here, it doesn't work. I have to be on this side of the mirror so that it can make the same thing on the other side.
How many pixels? Oh, yours looks so clean, and mine is all pixelated.
Well, when I back out, my ship is kind of that big.
Oh, okay, mine's still
The
smaller.
aliens.
That's why, but that's all right. I just should maybe try a higher resolution.
Yeah, higher resolution next time. Good thing we're doing this all again next month.
Oh yeah, I'm learning a lot.
After you've done the facial features, you can also do things like stripes or spots, and it'll automatically draw them on the other side. You can notice that it's going off the alien. That's okay, because as soon as we hit clipping, we know that it'll pop and only go on top of the pixels we've already drawn. If you want to add any kind of decorations that are going to be symmetrical, even eyelashes, those will all work. Spots, square spots, gloves, everything will line up where you want it to line up.
Ha ha. That only works if you actually get your spot in the right place. So can I move that spot and everything with it?
Everything with it? Yeah, you can try it. I don't think it will.
No, it didn't, but I'll just move it over. Try again. There.
After you get your alien decorated, don't forget to save as a new file, just in case you want to go back to your old file. I like to put the date on mine sometimes, just so I know which one's the most recent.
Oh. Oh, hey, did you guys get my email?
Yes.
I did. Aldi is looking pretty good.
I didn't
Thanks.
send one back yet.
No, yeah, I got yours.
Okay. Because mine had yours in it.
Oh, your second email? Oh, I thought you were talking about the first one. Hold on. I gotta check my emails. Hold on, checking now. It's opening. Yahoo. Okay, there's. Okay, see it. There it is. Yeah, one thing, a mistake I make pretty often is I don't check my email very often at all. I really need to learn to do that more.
That's how I am with my telephone. Things can sit there for days. I hope they're not urgent, but my email, about every 5 minutes. So did you actually find that?
Yeah, I found it.
Good.
All right, sick.
Okay. Did I send those to you too, Betsy?
Yeah, I don't think I got
Okay.
Michaela's original one, but I did get the one where you put the two together. So I have
Right,
that
for
one.
the height sort of idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
All right. All righty.
Mine looks like a Christmas cookie, and so does yours.
Yep. Now we're going to add some shading. Normally we light things from above because we're thinking the sun is above, and so it's casting a shadow like underneath the chin, for example, is a really typical one we do all the time. But our lighting source is actually from below. So everything's going to be shining upward, and our shadows are going to be on the top instead of the bottom. So I'm going to switch over to my silhouette layer. Make sure that it's protected so I don't paint outside of it. I'm going to select my original base color, and then I'm going to darken that color and also shift it more toward blue or toward red. Doesn't matter which way, just remember if you went up and or down, because that will matter later. But if I decide to go down, I'm going to go down on all of them. So I'm going to grab my airbrush, make it nice and big so it's got a wide spray, and I'm just going to start shading the top of my alien here.
I ended up with a lot of my face is on my alien, so I guess I'm going to shave right over it.
The other thing you can do is make a new layer and clip it. Yeah, clip it down so then it'll shade everything in one go, and that'll be fine. I'll have actually more work having to shade everything individually. So I'm going to spray just along the top of each tentacle. You might find that sometimes the spray accidentally sprays into areas you don't want. We're going to clean that up later. But I want to make sure to get the tops of all these tentacles. Once I get that, I can shrink my brush, get my original color, and come and clean this stuff up. That's not supposed to be shaded. And this time I do want to make sure that my brush is small enough that it doesn't paint two tentacles at the same time. I only want to do one edge at a time here. You might even have to get your old lasso tool if you can't get your brush small enough and just select the tentacle you're working on and then go ahead and go in with your brush so that it doesn't paint the other tentacles. Mine are far enough away I didn't have to do that. Then I'm going to repeat the same thing with the alien features. Make sure that protect alpha is on. I'll get my base color, make it darker. I went down before, so I'm going to go down again. Get my airbrush and start adding a little shading just to the tops of everything.
Yeah, I didn't have to do that.
Yeah, you took the easier way to just make a shading layer. You may want to use some of the tips we learned in other classes where you fill in a layer at the top with white and then change it to the color blending mode to check your values. If everything turns kind of the same gray, you might want to go back and tweak your colors, but that's kind of advanced. Just bringing in lessons from other classes. Use everything you know for your art. Don't be limited to what I just teach in this class.
Advice.
Ooh.
I'm going to add a little shine to the eyes. My airbrush. And I'll go ahead and turn back on all of my layers for my effects on the spaceship.
Hey, quick question. Do either of you guys like Star Trek?
Oh, I love Star Trek.
Absolutely. I haven't seen the one with Michelle Yeoh.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, it's good. I haven't seen that one, but most of the others I've seen.
Yeah, because recently me and my mom just started watching the original Star Trek, and it's
Kirk
great.
and Spock? Yeah.
Yeah, at first I thought it was going to be like a boring alien political drama, but oh, that was not. I like how Twilight Zone-y it feels.
Yeah.
Sure.
So far, I've seen it up to the episode where they all got drunk. They all had a disease that made them act drunk.
Oh, I don't remember that episode. Sounds funny though.
Oh yeah, and then like Spock started like feeling emotions, and he had an existential crisis because he was upset that he never told his mother that he loved her.
Oh, my heart.
But that's a typical Spock plot point where something causes him to get emotional and what that
That's
does
true.
to him. Oh, the new one, Spock is in it.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, yes, it's really good.
Yeah, I also really like just looking at the technology from back then, and how like if the first couple episodes, they're kind of just wearing sweaters with little patches sewn onto them.
Yep. This was like cutting edge sci-fi production for its time.
Yeah, it's great.
We have about 13 minutes left. If you just want to work on your alien, that's great. If we have a little extra time, we'll put in a speech balloon, but the speech balloon isn't all that important. Just something else in case we had more time. I'm gonna go ahead and save my work.
Oh, hey, want to see a thing that I've been drawing?
Sure. Do you want me to pause the recording?
Sure.
Let me get to my recording controls. Here we go. I don't know if you actually need to see this, but I'm just going to share that anyway.
So now I can take my UFO, close it up. Oops. So now my transforming tool, when I put it on the folder, it goes back to the whole. Oh, that's because I have that one layer in there. I got to get rid of that layer.
Yeah, I was going to say it's either going to be a layer that was left out of the folder or a layer that's accidentally in the folder.
That's what it was. Let's get that color layer. There now, I bet if I, oops, close it up, transform. That did it. It was my black and white test.
Ah.
So inside my UFO, now when I put the glass back on it, it sort of blurred it up. I want to make my glass lighter. So
you can use your opacity tool or slider since it's on a different layer. Shouldn't affect anything else.
Yes, let's try that. That's good. That's better.
And then if you want to add a speech balloon, I'm going to close my UFO folder and make a new one. Or not a new folder, a new layer. Say balloon. Simple ellipse, so we can use our ellipse tool or our ellipse setting on our drawing tool and make a nice oval. Whoops, I have the airbrush setting, so it's all blurry. That's no good. I got to change it to my pen. Make sure my pen is small. Try that again. And then fill it with the paint bucket. And then for the tail, I'm just going to zoom in and draw by hand. Whoops, not with the ellipse, with the freehand. A little curving tail. Might need to use the eraser to sharpen up the end there. Or you can leave it rounded. We would know from our other class that rounded balloons look friendlier than pointy balloons. And then there is a T in our toolbar for text. I'm just going to click inside my balloon and start typing what I want it to say. Hello, Earthlings. And it will appear probably giant and maybe in a color that I don't want. So the very first thing I'm going to do is change the text color, which is right here. Pick black. Next thing I'm going to do is shrink it. Probably like 14 or 12, something in there. And then I can pick the font that I like. Personally, when it comes to choosing fonts, I like to find something that is readable, but not boring. And there's a website that has all kinds of free comic book fonts. I think it's called Blambot. I don't know, I'll have to look that up. But they give you comic, like handwritten fonts for free, which is great. This computer doesn't have my normal font, so I might not be able to find something I love. Let's just go with that one. Unfortunately, I can't move the text where I want it to be yet until I close this dialog box, but I can choose if I want there to be a break in the lines. I can just hit return, and if I want it centered, as most comic books are, I can change it to center text. If you happen to want a stroke, some kind of edge color, like, oh, this person is yelling, we can add, whoops, wrong thingy. That's for tilting. So get that back to 0. Here we go, this one. Edge width pixels, I can increase this number to give it a stroke. Just remember that every time you change something, you have to click off of it to see it in the preview. And let's say I like it. Let's say I go, okay, good. But now I need to move it to the inside of the balloon. So I have to get my move tool, which moves any layer. And now I can center it inside of my balloon.
So somewhere before I leave that box, is there a way to center the space? It's over to the left.
Your text
it's left aligned.
Oh yeah, there's a pull down menu that you can make it centered.
Where is that?
Where it says left aligned, I believe. Let me double click mine and find it.
Right. Oh, left line, sure, right. Use your eyes. Okay, now I'm going to okay it and I'm going to move it. Oh, and that opened my window again. Oh, but that opened a different window. I must have just touched down. Okay, hey, that's cool.
Yeah, and there would be your first panel for your comic about a little alien.